but you don't have to overpay the taxes. IRS never will come and ask, oh, come on, you do overpayment of taxes. You don't have to. Because if you look into the big successful people, like Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, their average tax rate is 0.5%, 1%, 3%. But we are paying 30, 40, 50% in taxes. What is missing here? Tax code is the same for everyone. But some people are able to optimize the taxes because they know how to use it. And Satya, can you put your your laptop on mute? I think because of all these new members joining, I'm getting this background pop-up noise. Yeah, thank you. So, it's all about how do you optimize your tax strategies. Tax code is the same for everyone. So it is very important with whom you work, because you are very busy with your business, you are very busy with your family, you are busy with your employment. But then who will help you to save taxes? It's very, very important working with the right leadership team, right team. So here you are seeing me, I am only sharing this, my knowledge here on as a speaker, but big background to me, there are a lot of people are working for us. So we are 55 members team now, and we have a lot of CPAs, and my leadership team has minimum of 20 years of experience. Most of our leadership team members have minimum of 20 years of experience. And and Neha is also in the call today. She is also based out of Houston, and she is also a licensed CPA and CA. How do you know whether are you working with the right professional or not? You need to just think one second. You just need to think for a couple of seconds. When was the last time your accountant or CPA came to you and say that, come on, here is a tax planning strategy we should use to save taxes? Did this ever happen to you? If not, definitely you need to look for a better team members, because you need to meet your CPA or an accountant for at least 2 years in a year. One time when you file taxes, the other time when you work for the tax planning proactively, not reactively. So don't ever think that, okay, my accountant is within my community, my accountant, my CPA is within my city. No, and my accountant is very cheap. He takes only $100, $200. No, look for quality. Doesn't matter where your an accountant is living. Now in our advanced technology, okay, we were in this advanced world, your accountant doesn't need to be live in the same community. He can live it anywhere as long as he's bringing the value. You should consider him. And cheap always costs you save money. And now let's get into the topic. This is the time for us to file taxes. By April 18, you have to file your tax returns if as an individual and individual tax return filer. And if you are a business owner, you have to file taxes by March 15, 2023. You don't have a lot of time in the hand. Better start working for your tax returns now, so that at least now your accountant or CPS has a bit more free time, so they can spend quality time for you. And for any reason, if you are not able to file your taxes by April 18, you have 6 months time by filing an extension. Please note, you can file extension to file taxes, but not to pay taxes. You have to pay taxes whether you file taxes or not, but you have to pay taxes directly to IRS by April 18, 2023. Otherwise, you are going to pay interest and penalties. This year, when you file tax returns, definitely I see that your tax, if you are expecting some refund from the IRS, you may be seeing some reduction in the tax refund, because there were some changes taken place in the Tax Act in the year 2022. In the year 2020 and 21, IRS has given a lot of tax benefits because of the COVID. But after the COVID era was over, from the year 2022, there are a lot of tax reductions, tax credits have come down. One example I want to give, child tax credit. In the year 2021, for every kid, we can get up to $3,600 as a child tax credit. But for the year 2022 onwards, for which you are filing a tax returns now, for every kid, you can get only $2,000 as a child tax credit. And if you are for the year 2021, I'm trying to compare it so you know what was the major change has taken place in the year 2022. For the year 2021, you were able to claim up to $8,000 as a dependent care expenses if your kids were going to the daycare. But for the year 2021, 22 onwards, it is only $6,000 for both the kids. So all these small changes have impact on your tax liabilities. And in the last month, electric vehicle tax credit was so popular. From the year 2023 onwards, if you are buying an electric vehicle, you can get $7,500 as a tax credit, dollar-to-dollar credit from IRS. And this tax credit, everyone is not eligible. Only if your income is less than $300,000, married filing jointly, then only you are eligible for this tax credit. And there are some limitations on the vehicle cost also. The electric vehicle cost cannot exceed $80,000 if it's an SUV, and if it's a sedan car, it cannot exceed $55,000. And you can get the tax credit even though you are buying a second-hand vehicle up to 30% of the value or $4,000. Employee retention tax credit. If you are a business owner and if your business was impacted because of the COVID, I assume you already claimed employee retention tax credit. If not, definitely you should know, because for every employee, you can get up to $7,000 as employee retention tax credit if your business was impacted by at least 20% in the year 2021 compared to 2019 in any quarter. Q1 19 versus Q1 21, Q2 19 versus Q2 21. When you compare your revenue numbers and if the business was impacted by at least 20%, you can get up to $7,000 per employee. Assume if you have 100 employees, per quarter you can get $700,000 as employee retention tax credit. This is one of the very big credit, and this was the only last COVID relief funds available as of now for the business owners. And I know that many of you have started filing tax returns very recently after completion of your graduation, or you might have moved from India to US very recently. If that is the case, the next couple of slides are very basics which should help you to understand some basics about taxation. In America, if you are a resident and if you're filing a married filing tax return, for the first $27,700 in this year 2023, you don't need to pay any taxes. It's completely tax-free. And if you're more than that, if you're making any income, then you need to pay taxes. The tax rate ranges from 10% to 37% based on your income levels. And this is a federal tax return, federal tax rate. And for the state, you need to pay state taxes also. If you are living in states like Florida, Texas, or Washington state, and there are a few more states, you don't need to pay state taxes. But if you are living in any other states, you need to pay state taxes also. And this is a very common question I get. What is the difference between standard return and itemized return? As I was saying, for the first $27,700, you don't need to pay any taxes as a standard deduction. On top of that, you can also get tax reduction if you are paying health insurance premium. If you are contributing to your retirement plan, 401k plan, IRA plan, SEP IRA, simple IRA, solo 401k, and health savings account. Health savings account is like you contribute something, you get a tax reduction, and you enjoy the tax benefits. I will cover that in detail in the next slides. And if your expenses are more than $27,700, IRS has listed down few types of expenses. If you combine all these expenses together, if the expenses are exceeding $27,700, then you need to pay, then you can claim more deductions, which will help you to reduce your tax liability. So, like, what are the expenses listed down here? medical and dental. If your expenses are more than 7.5% of adjusted gross income, comes under here. State and SALT expenses, state and local taxes, like if you are paying property taxes, state taxes, then to the maximum of $10,000, you can consider here. Home mortgage interest, that also comes under here. And charitable contributions. Please note, we all do a lot of charity. Only if you are filing itemized tax return, then only you get a charitable contributions tax deductions. Otherwise, you don't get any deductions at all for charity. If you combine all these expenses and if it exceeds $27,700, then you get a tax, then you can go for itemized deductions. How do you know which is applicable for you, standard or itemized? Your accountant or CPA is supposed to do this evaluation, and for that we do all these evaluations, and that is the reason why we do one-on-one tax planning with every client after filing a tax return. So it's very, very important to know which is applicable for itemized or standard. And when you claim when you claim home mortgage interest expenses, 2 points I want to focus. One, you can get a tax deduction for your home mortgage interest for the loan amount of up to $750,000 only. If you have a home mortgage loan for $1 million, for example, you can claim tax deduction only for the loan amount of proportionately for the loan amount of $750,000 only. And you can claim 2 primary homes as a mortgage interest deduction. First is where you are living, and the second home can be if your kids are studying somewhere. Most of the scenario I notice it. We have second home where our kids are attending some graduation school, and because kids have to be there for 4 years for their education, many times we noticed people buy those condos also. So in those cases, you can claim 2 primary houses, or you may have second home in India. If you are paying mortgage interest for the house, even in India, because you are going here and there, and if you're going and staying there, that interest amount also can be considered as a second primary home. And few other tax strategies. We all do a lot of charity works. Most of you, I know that most of us also do a lot of contributions to NATS, because they do great social service activities. If you are doing any charity activity, if you are doing any contributions to any non-profit organizations, I know that you get we know that you get a charitable tax deductions. We can also create one own donor advisor fund in online with a Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, or even Vanguard. There are many other organizations. If you have this online account, every year you can do some contribution here and you can get a tax deduction. Once you contribute to your online account, you get a tax deduction, but this money has to be given to any 501c organization at any time in the future. You don't have to spend the money immediately. You can donate this to even in the future. And maybe if you want to donate, if you want to do something to your home country or home place, you might want to start a school at your home place in India. Or you might want to start a hospital at your home place. You might need a couple of hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that charity work, that could be your big dream. You can open this online account now. Every year you can start contributing $10,000, $20,000 every year, whatever the number you want, and you enjoy the tax benefits every year. And once you reach your goal of money, then you can contribute this money to any 501c organization in America, and you can ask them to spend that money in India on your name. So this could be one of the great strategy to save money for future charitable donations, but you enjoy the tax benefits now. Health savings account. This is one of the great strategy everyone should have if you have healthy life. If you have high deductible health insurance plan, medical insurance plan, and if you have this HDHP plan, you can open HSA account where you can contribute up to $7,750 as a contribution to that account. You enjoy the tax benefits on that money, and this money can be used for any qualified medical expenses, not only for this year, at any time in your lifetime. And this money you can use, all this money you don't have to use it within the same year. You can use this money even after the retirement, because our medical expenses will shoot up at the time. And this money can be invested in the stock market for the next 20, 30, 40 years till I use this money. This money grows tax deferred, and you can withdraw this money for the any medical expenses in the later, for you, for your spouse, and also for your dependents. The next one I want to talk about is tax loss harvesting. We all invest money either in the stock market or in the real estate. And we all know that market is down now. So what you do with it? So because the market is down, you don't get panic. Rather, try if you can use this as an opportunity to book some realized losses. When the market is down, you can sell some stock, book some realized losses, and you can buy the same stock again after 30 days. With my experience, the market may take few more months to bounce back. If you also think the same, you can sell the stock now, book the losses, buy the same stock after a month. So this loss can be used for any future capital gains. That is, in this year, if you have any capital gains, maybe from the stock market or from the real estate, you can use it now, or maybe this loss can be carried over to the next year. Anytime you can use it. And you can this loss, and every year this loss can be adjusted up to $3,000 with your W2. The balance amount will be rolled over for the future, either to adjust with your capital gains or with the W2 income. You don't lose anything. You are booking the realized losses. $3,000 you adjust with your W2, the balance amount will be rolled out to the next year. Because if you are a tax savvy, if you are a stock market savvy, you will definitely anyway you will get capital gains in the future. At that time, you can adjust these losses. And if you are having a cryptocurrency, if you have cryptocurrency losses, you can sell the stock, book the losses, immediately buy the stock again. Because the wash sale rule of 30 days is not applicable for the cryptocurrency. And Roth conversion. This is one of the great strategy to convert your rollover 401ks and IRA accounts. If you have any rollover 401k, what you do with that money? At the time of retirement only you want to touch. Whenever you touch the money, you need to pay taxes at that time on that rate, at the growth rate, at the appreciated value. Rather, when the market is down, our stock market 401k amounts are low, convert them into the Roth. Once you convert them into the Roth, you need to pay taxes on that conversion amount. It has an impact on the taxes. Please work with an accountant on this. And yes, you need to pay taxes, but once you pay the taxes, money can be used to invest anywhere, stock market, real estate, cryptocurrency, and anywhere you can invest, and money grows tax-free forever in your lifetime. If you know how to manage your money, this could be one of the great strategy you should consider. This is what we recommend with our clients on one-on-one. Then tax planning real estate. So I always encourage every one of us, my clients, my well-wishers, my friends, to invest money in the real estate. If you invest money in the stock market may collapse, company can file bankruptcy. I was working for one of the world's largest renewable energy company, and the company filed bankruptcy. So there is no guarantee that market will be there. Even you are running a successful business owner, even you are having a successful business, there is no guarantee that after 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you will continue to have that success. But if you start investing in the real estate, These are generational wealth. Even after our generation, our next generation will continue to get the passive income forever in our lifetime, not only in our life, even for the next generation also. And I strongly recommend every one of us to buy at least one real estate property every year. One. Because when there is a power of leveraging, because you only invest only 20 or 25% of the value of the property. The 75%, banker will give the loan on the mortgage as a mortgage loan. Who will repay the loan? You are not repaying. Your tenant is going to repay. But you will continue to enjoy the appreciation. You will continue to enjoy the tax benefits. You will enjoy the cash flow. And once you can build the system where you can generate a passive cash flow every month, if you can buy few houses, 5 houses, 10 houses, and if you can replace your income $5 or $7 or $10,000 every month, you are ready for the retirement. Please note, you are ready for the retirement when you have a passive income flow. Once you have this maybe $5,000 to $10,000 monthly cash flow, you don't have to depend on your W2 income at all. You can do whatever you want in the life. You can start working on your passion. Generate the real estate income. I am not a real estate agent. I am only sharing my knowledge after talking with the thousands of people, many hundreds of real estate professionals, after doing a lot of extensive research on the real estate market. And apart from that, there are a lot of tax advantages. If you are on W2, do you think you can claim a lot of expenses? No. But if you can't even claim your monthly mobile expenses also, if you are a W2 employee. But if you are having a real estate, it is considered as a passive business, not active business, passive business. What is a passive? The losses from the real estate properties or real estate rental incomes or losses cannot be adjusted with your W2 income, but this can be adjusted later when you sell the property. This is considered as a passive business, but you can claim lot of expenses. You can claim mortgage interest, depreciation, home office expenses, auto and travel, computer and tools, HOA, utilities, outside labor, so many expenses you can claim. If you have 1 or 2 properties, you can claim a lot of expenses. But if you have 5, 7, 10 properties, you are at the next level. Go and look, go and do some research. All successful business owners have big investments in the real estate, including Donald Trump. He's a real estate tycoon. He's a billionaire. So, but there are so many advantages when you invest in the real estate. Market will go up and down. It's okay, but again, it will bounce back. If we are having more than 5 properties, ping me offline, send an email to me. I will design a separate exclusive tax planning for you. There are so many advantages, but not with 1 and 2 also. Yes, simple. But if you have more investments, more properties, you can play the game. Legally, you can play a lot of tax strategies can be implemented. And in America, as per the recent statistical reports in 2022, 56% of Americans don't have at least even $1,000 in their savings account, even for their emergency. So what's happening? Then what's government is doing? Government is encouraging everyone to save money for their future. So they are giving a lot of tax benefits. To understand them, you need to understand the 2 basic concepts: traditional, Roth. Traditional is where traditional is like our 401k. When you contribute to the traditional 401k, you get a tax deductions, but whenever you withdraw money in the future, you have to pay taxes. At the same time, like Roth, when the Roth is like when you contribute money, you don't enjoy any tax benefits, but in the future, you don't need to pay taxes forever in your lifetime. How much money it grows, you don't need to pay. When I was working for full time in Amazon, I was contributing to the Roth 401k because I know my tax rates will go up in the future, because I know that I will have much more income in the future. So I'm happy to save taxes in the future, not in this year. So, so this is the basic concept, basic difference. There are so many tax planners. There are so many retirement plannings are there. But I don't have all to cover all the retirement plans now. But maybe next time we can have exclusive retirement planning tax planning webinar on this. But I will cover a few here. The one 401k. I know most of us don't contribute to 401k because we think that we may go back to India. Why do we want to invest in the 401k? We think that I don't want to block my money for the till retirement. That's what people think. But point here is, if your employer is matching 401k, first you are losing that free money. Then what you do with your normal extra money? Every month we make more than what is required, correct, for our living. What we do with that money? We invest in the stock market, real estate, or somewhere. What is the average rate of return? 10%, 15%. If we invest in the 401k, you enjoy flat 30, 40, 50% tax savings. On top, every year you enjoy tax ROI because you invest in the money in the stock market. So don't ever underfund 401k. Please contribute to 401k to the maximum of $22,500. And you may be thinking money will get locked for the retirement. No, there are so many ways are there. After when you quit your full-time job, you can roll this over to the IRA, Roth IRA. You can withdraw money after 5 years. No penalties. And you can invest this money in real estate, stock market, cryptocurrency, wherever you want once you quit your full-time job, once you change your employer. So don't underestimate 401k power. Then IRA. Every one of us can contribute to IRA. You may come and say that my accountant, my CPA told me that no, I cannot contribute to IRA. I cannot contribute to IRA because my income levels are high. No, that is wrong. Your accountant is only restricting his knowledge only to the tax return. What is a tax return? It's a template. What your accountant or CPA is doing in general, they take the numbers from you, plug in the numbers into the software tool, sophisticated advanced tools are there. They plug in the numbers like a TurboTax. They do an overall check. If there are any corrections, they will just do that change and find the tax return. This is an accountant's job. But you need to work with an advisor who can bring the value. So in IRA, every one of us can contribute to IRA, including Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Donald Trump, Anil Gandhi, and also Aruna Garu, and also Satya Garu and Rao Garu. Everyone can contribute to IRA. But you don't get a tax deductions. There are some income limitations. If married and filing jointly, if your income is less than $136,000, you don't get a tax deduction. It's okay. You don't get a tax deduction, it's okay. But you can I will tell you what you do with that. You can contribute $6,500 for you. You can contribute $6,500 for your wife. Total $13,000. And you have time to contribute for the last year. You have time to contribute till April 18th. Last year you can contribute $6,000 each. And if your income is more than $136,000, you can also contribute to the Roth IRA. I explained about the Roth already. What is the Roth? Once you put the money here, you can invest this money in the land. You can invest money in the Austin lands. Last 1-2 years, Austin lands was booming. Or maybe you can invest in the stock market. You can invest in the real estate. We can do the flipping. You can do. you can even invest in the startups, pre-IPOs. You can even give it as a loan to your friend for an interest. You can do whatever you want with the Roth IRA amount every year. And imagine for the last 10-20 years, if you are in America and if you don't have a Roth IRA account, I will tell you how much you are missing. Every year on average, $12,000. For the last 10 years, at least you could have built $120,000. Imagine if this $120,000 you have, which is a completely tax-free. You can invest every year stock market, 1 year stock market, 1 year real estate, 1 year cryptocurrency, 1 year maybe somewhere else. Imagine how much money it can be revolved in the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, lifetime. You don't need to pay even a single dollar as a taxes. I want to give one example. There is a guy called Peter Thiel. You can Google search about him. He is a close friend for Mark Zuckerberg, and he is also a director for Facebook. And when Mark came to him and asked him to invest in the stock Facebook, he said, my smart accountant wanted me to invest from Roth IRA. He invested from the Roth IRA, and right now he has $5 billion. He doesn't need to pay even a single dollar as a tax. So how much you are missing? That is why it is very important with whom you work. Fire your accountant if he is not bringing the value. He is not doing it for free. And if your income is less than $228,000, you can contribute to Roth IRA. If your income is more than $228,000, then what happens? Then go for backdoor Roth IRA. So backdoor Roth IRA is like, now you understand the power of Roth. Now you can every year, you cannot contribute because your income is more. Front doors are locked. Then what you can do, you can go a back door. You can contribute the traditional IRA. You don't enjoy any tax benefits. It's okay. Roll it over to the Roth IRA. Every year you contribute $10,000 to $13,000 because for you and for your spouse, and build Roth IRA. At least from now, start building your Roth IRA and start using this money to invest in multiple places. Go for self-directed Roth IRA account. Then, but please note, you cannot do this backdoor Roth IRA if you have any existing IRA accounts. So existing, if you have any already IRA accounts are there, that has to be converted to the Roth. Then only you can do backdoor Roth IRA every year. So every one of us can do, and every one of us should do. And if you're already working for a bigger companies, they do also have a mega backdoor, and there's a much more detailed explanation is required. And I want to also just bring it to some notice. You can even become a tax-free billionaire, tax-free. By 67, if you can start contributing this money into your Roth IRA account. If you are in the age of around 40 years like me, just every month you invest $450. In the long run, next 20, 30, 40 years, if my average rate of return is 12%, because I can invest in multiple places, correct? Even I can give it for interest to a friend for a loan. By the time of retirement, I can become a millionaire with the tax-free. So based on your age, please start investing. And also a different perspective, I will also cover it. Sorry. So now we understand what are the ways how you can build a tax-free. So rather than just worrying about saving taxes this year, plan for the future, how you can build tax-free income forever in your lifetime. Start investing in the real estate, which we discussed already. Because of the depreciation calculations, you might not require to pay any taxes on this income. Start investing in the Roth, which is completely tax-free. Start investing in the HSA, which grows tax-free. And as long as you can use it in the future for all your medical expenses. So this is how you need to build your tax-free incomes. And apart from that, I also want SEP IRA. If you are a business owner, you can start investing in the SEP IRA to the maximum of $66,000 per year. If you have a side business, every one of us should have some side business. Small, big, or something, even though you are on employment, even though you are busy, even though you are at a very senior position, even though you are making $1 million on your W2, you should have a side business. Because there are so many tax advantages out there. So we can contribute up to $66,000 every year if you are a side business and if you have that income. And imagine on the $66,000, if you are saving 40-50% in taxes, imagine $25,000 per year. Instead of paying to IRS, you are keeping it in your pocket. And also, apart from this, and you have time to contribute to SEP area for the last year before filing due date. For the last year, you can do it now. You can save taxes now. And also, solo 401k. If you don't have any outside employees, you can also contribute to the solo 401k, and you can contribute up to $66,000. Then, business tax deductions. I love this. American government encourages small business owners so much so they can generate income, so they can generate employment. There are so many tax advantages are there if you are a business owner. If you are already a business owner, if you are not enjoying the tax benefits, you are not working with an advisor. You might be working with a data entry accountant. If you don't have a business, you are missing a golden opportunity in America. America is a land of opportunities. If you don't have a business, please start a business immediately today. You don't need to have an LLC to start a business. Today, you can start a business. Turn your passion into the business. I will give my own example. I was working for full-time, high-paying employment in Amazon. I started some business in the side because I know the benefits. After 6 months, I realized I'm enjoying more when I'm talking about taxes with the clients and when I'm helping the community. I quit my high-paying Amazon full-time job. Then I became a full-time into my business. You can also start something. You can become a photographer. You can become a real estate agent. You can become a mortgage agent. Or you can become a financial advisor. There are so many business opportunities. Or if you have some small investment, you can even have a small side business. You can buy a small pizza center. You can buy a small ice cream parlor. There are so many opportunities. Send an email to me. I will guide you. Of course, we can offer a service for you for that. So you need to think beyond. If you are on a W2, even after 10 years, you will be on W2 only, morning 9 to 5 job, 9 to 5 job. You may buy one more extra property. That's it. You will not have a freedom of time. You will not have a freedom of money. There are so many advantages. When you have a side business, your effective tax rate will go down by 5 to 10% at least. Because you can claim home office expenses, you can claim mileage, you can claim depreciations, you can claim travel expenses, you can claim healthcare, you can claim monitor, laptop, desktop, or even your travel expenses. Or you can even if you want to do R&D, that is also claim. If you want to study something which is relevant for your business, that is also tax deductible. If you want to work with a CPA or an accountant or legal attorneys, tax deductible. Imagine. And if you see how many retirement benefits also I covered if you are a business owner. If you claim all these expenses, your tax liability will go down. Please note, don't misuse any of this. As long as there is a business need, legitimate, if you have a proper supporting documentations, you can claim. If you claim all these expenses, if your business into the losses, these losses can be adjusted with your W2 income. Your effective tax rate will go down substantially if we have a business. So you should have business, unless if you are an H1B, I cannot help. If you are an H4, I cannot help. But if you are H4 EAD, come on, GC, citizen, so many opportunities. And if you are a business owner, you can buy a car which is tax deductible for you. Business can take care of EMI payments. You can claim expenses, interest, maintenance, repairs, fuel, insurance, even depreciation. If you are buying a vehicle which is more than 6,000 pounds, 80% of the value of the vehicle is depreciated in the same year when you buy. Like example, I am running a tax business. If I buy a Range Rover car which is $100,000, 80% is $80,000 flat tax deduction. How do you know all this? Who will tell you all this? If you think about taxes only at the beginning of the year, only at the time of filing a tax returns, and I know your accountant is very busy, he will not have time for you to explain everything. That is the reason you need to have a one-on-one tax planning session with your accountant after the busy season. That is where you need to spend time. You need to spend time in throughout the year to learn about the taxes. Then, if you are already a business owner, you can claim if your income is more than $30,000 to $50,000, please consider to convert to an S corporation, because you can save 15.3% social security. And if you have any foreign financial accounts, and if you have more than $10,000 in any foreign financial accounts, which includes bank accounts, savings, fixed deposits, term deposits, insurance policies, if you have an LIC policy, you have to report here if it's more than $10,000 value. And mutual funds, if you have any investments in India, not real estate, foreign financial accounts, and if it's more than $10,000, you have to file F bar. And if you have more than $150,000, you have to file Form 8938. The success for any decision making, great decision making, is having a right team and right person. And people think, come on, this is what they can save taxes. This is how they can save taxes. Chala mandi antaru, TurboTax can help me. Don't depend on TurboTax if you have any income apart from W2, because you don't know what you don't know. Working with if you work with a cheap guy who is charging $100, $50 for filing a tax return, do you expect him to help you to save thousands of dollars? Is it really practical? When you work with the right advisor who can help you to save a lot more. And people think I cannot change accountant because I have been working with him for the last 10 years. No, you can change accountant at any time. You just need to have last year tax return. And if you are because I work with an Amazon, I always work on customer obsession. We have advanced tools. We integrated our tax software with the latest tools. Everything is integrated. Our CRM tools are integrated. Our softwares are integrated. Our documentation, the depositories are integrated. And mobile app, we integrated. We tied up with a few organizations with few tools where you can access your tax returns at any time in the future on the mobile app. You can chat with us on the mobile app. So there are a lot of advantages. We are using a state of art. And if you are a business owner, we work with you every quarter by if you are sign up for the tax advisory services, where we cover of tax plan. Every quarter we review your books. We offer tax planning services. And for exclusive for the NATS members, we are offering a 15% discount if you use our services for filing tax returns before February 18, 2023. And if you are filing our taxes, we guarantee maximum refund. Guaranteed. We guarantee audit protection if you are filing an individual. We do a one-on-one tax planning. We do a one-on-one financial planning. See, we are the unique in the entire industry by giving all this. That is how we serve our clients. Then these are my contact details. You can also see my contact details here, and you can even, I do also have an exclusive business owners WhatsApp group. I will share the link here and you can be part of that. And I'm happy to answer any questions. But thank you very much to the NATS for this opportunity, and thanks for Satya. Satya, I'm happy to take up the questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Anil Grandi. It's really very informative. Yeah, I feel like I wanted to start a business right away. Yeah, so I see some few of the questions here. So let me go ahead. Okay, so first question I see is, can you please share any info on changes to long-term capital gains on investment property for 2022? Any additional tips are appreciated.
So long-term capital gains right now, because we don't have a lot of time, because the year is over. Long-term capital gains, you can know the only option you have right now is investing in opportunity zone funds. So that is the only option you have. Otherwise, there is no other change. Otherwise, for the last year, if we have any losses on the stock market, that can be adjusted, but otherwise there are no other options apart from investing in opportunity zone funds.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is, can you please comment on how to buy annuities using RMD?
RMD, okay, so that is a different exercise. There is a tools are available. So, but right now I won't be able to tell, but if you can send an email to me, I'm happy to guide you there.
Can we contribute to a Roth IRA even if I am a W-2 employee and maxed out my 401k contributions in my employer's plan?
Answer is yes, you can contribute.
FBAR is for more than $10K investment in 2022 in India account, or for old investment as well?
Old investments also. So at any time, if you have more than $10,000 balance in the last year, you have to file FBAR. And I also shared my business owners WhatsApp group. Many people are asking WhatsApp group, business owners WhatsApp group, where you can post questions throughout the year there. I'm happy to answer. Okay. So I just shared the link also here. Yeah. Continue, Satya. Sorry.
Yeah. One more question. Your company provides financial planning and tax planning for individuals as well as for business. So it's
answer is yes, for individuals and businesses, we do that. Thank you.
Okay. If anyone has any questions, please post it here. I am ready to take more questions. Like these are the only questions which I am seeing.
Oh, I see a lot of questions. 1 second. A few questions I am also saying. I'm saying.
Somebody sending.
I can take up the questions. Yeah,
okay.
I mean there are some questions which sent to me also.
Okay.
Okay. So question is, can I? Okay. So this year my income is more than $300,000. Can I still buy? Can I still get a EV tax credit? EV tax credit rules are, if your income is less than 300,000, even for the last year 2022, you can buy the vehicle this year and you can enjoy the tax credit this year when you file taxes for this year. That means the $300,000 parameter is not only for the 2022-23, you can also take base 2022 also, 22 or 23. In any of these years, if your income is less than $300,000, you can take it.
Okay, some more question on, can you please comment on foreign capital gains?
Yes. So foreign capital gains. Okay. So you have to, okay. I will take an example for everyone's understanding. If you are having a property in India, and if you sold a property in India, if you incurred a capital gain taxes in India, so this is what the process you need to follow. You have to pay taxes in India. You have to file taxes in India. Then you can ask your banker in India to send the money to US, but the banker will ask you to submit form 15CA, 15CB from a chartered accountant saying that those are tax paid money. And if so that you need to get the certifications. If you meet all these three conditions, then you can move the funds from US to India. So India to US, that's one. Next, whether you bring the funds from India to US or not, you have to disclose that the capital gain taxes in US. Number one. Number two, then you also need to calculate the taxes in US, but you don't need to pay taxes here because we have a double tax avoidance agreement between US and India. You need to pay taxes at only one time. There are a different type of calculations are there. Your accountant should be able to help you.
Okay. The next question is, when is FBAR filing due for a particular year? And what's the option if I have not filed for the last 3 years?
Okay, you have time to you can go back to the last 6 years and file FBAR, number one. And you have to file FBAR. The time to file tax return FBAR is April 15th. That is our tax returns filing due date. So and it also gets an auto extension for 6 more months. That is up to October 15th. You have time for FBAR. And when you file FBAR for the previous years, there is a process you need to follow. You might need to amend your tax returns also if you have a lot of interest income in India. So you can send an email to us. We are happy to guide you, walk you through this, but it's a complete different process, but we can help you there. But for at least, even though you are not reporting FBAR for the previous period, at least start reporting from this year. Otherwise, you can never start and you will continue to do the mistake year on year. At least bite the bullet at one point of time and just start filing it.
And what is the benefit of FBAR?
Okay, there is no benefit. It is a mandatory reporting. So you have to file FBAR with the Department of Treasury every year. So you have not, because you are a resident, you have an obligation. If you don't do it, there is a big penalties on that.
So one more question. Planning to buy a townhome, can I transfer the funds through regular saving account, or I can transfer it through business account linked with the LLC?
Okay. So if that LLC is, if that LLC is for the real estate investment purpose, then yes, you can directly buy it through business account. So through business bank account, you can transfer the property. But if that LLC is some other business, like maybe you are having an IT company or you are a real estate agent, then please don't mix it up. So properties has to be separated. So to avoid the risk mitigation, for the risk mitigation purpose.
If I take a Roth IRA now, will I get reduction of 2022 taxes?
Roth IRA, you will not get any tax reductions. So you don't enjoy the tax benefits when you go for Roth IRA. But when you withdraw money in the future, you enjoy the tax benefits. So you can contribute to the Roth IRA now, even for the 2022.
Yeah, that's all the questions I have, Anil.
Sure, good.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. That's it, right? Like you don't have any more questions coming?
Yeah, I think I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Do you have a minimum period of deposits to stay in traditional IRA before moving to ROCM? There is no minimum. Today, if you can contribute to traditional IRA, the next day you can convert to the Roth IRA. So there is nothing. And my next question, what are the triggering points for FBAR and FATCA? As I said, at any point of time, if you have more than $10,000 in your foreign financial accounts, you have to file FBAR. There is no escape for that. And how can I contact you? So you can see my contact details. You can just send an email to me. We are happy to help you. How can we start working with filing a tax return with you? It's very simple. We have an advanced tools we use. We can directly sign up to an account. I'm sharing the link here. You can directly sign up our account. You don't need to even call anyone. You can directly sign up an account and you can register, sign up, and start filing your tax returns. You can upload all the tax documents. We will prepare a tax return. We will get on the call with you and we will help you on filing a tax returns.
Okay, now I'm getting few more questions here. Is it a good idea to pay off investment property loan?
Answer is no. Because rather paying that, you can buy one more property. Because the property interest rates are less. If you are having a positive cash flow, my recommendation, if you have more cash, build the funds, go and buy some other property. So that if you can have some, you already covered the advantages of the real estate investments. Buy as many as possible. Don't try to repay your debt, rather buy more properties.
Moving old employer 401k to IRA, will funds become taxable?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Moving old employer 401k to IRA, will funds become taxable?
No, 401k to IRA, no, it is not taxable. Only when you move to the Roth IRA, then only it is taxable.
One more question. I did not file that FR forms for the past 4 years, but I just closed the account this year. Should I still have to file? I had the accounts for almost 8 years closed as of now. Okay, for the last 8 years, if you close, then you don't need to do it. But for this year, if you close it, definitely for last year. So the rules are, like example 22, at any time, if you have the balance, you have to file FPAR. So that's how it works. Okay. Those are the questions, Anil Garu, I have for now. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Then thank you. Then thank you very much to NATS for giving this opportunity. As usual, I always love working with the NATS team, and Houston is always special for me.
one of our CPA, Neha, she is also in Houston, and my own sister lives in Houston, and I have a lot of bonding with Houston. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Anil garu. So now I will hand over to Bapu. So please, one more thing. For any details regarding Anil Gandhi garu, please reach out to us or NATS, and he has all the details in the back. So we will be providing all the information, any information regarding Anil Gandhi garu, if you want us from the NATS too. Yeah. Thank you, Anil garu, for your time, and it's really helpful. I just feel like I need to approach you. Thank you. And handing over to Nats Bapu Garu to give few more details about the Nats related activities. Over to you, Bapu Garu.
One question is, I'm getting so many people are asking about the recording. This is already live streamed at the Facebook, and it's also recorded. You can reach out to the NATS team for the recording.
Yes, for recordings, please reach out to us. We have it on FB Live, and also we can share it. Like maybe we can post it on YouTube too if you need it. So please reach out to us. We will be helpful for you with all the details. Okay. And Bapu Garu, I'm handing over to you for the closing session.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Satya Garu. Anil Garu, first of all, thank you, Andy, for on behalf of all the participants and the entire NATS community for your time and చాలా విషయాలు చాలా మందికి క్లారిఫై చేశారు. ముఖ్యంగా ఎఫ్ఆర్ కావచ్చు, లేకపోతే ఇక్కడ బిజినెసెస్ కానివ్వండి. యు ఎంకరేజ్డ్ మెనీ పీపుల్, దట్స్ ఆల్వేస్ ఎ గ్రేట్ థింగ్. మన కమ్యూనిటీ ఇంకా ఎక్కువ మంది బిజినెసెస్ డెఫినెట్ గా ఇది బిజినెస్ లేని వాళ్ళు ఈ సెషన్ చూస్తున్న వాళ్ళు తప్పకుండా దే కెన్ యూటిలైజ్. మీకు ఎనీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అండి, ప్లీజ్ రెస్పాండ్ info@natsworld.org. సో అండ్ ఆల్సో ఇన్ స్పెసిఫిక్ టు మనకి ఏదైనా కానీ అత్యవసర సమస్యలు కానీ ఎనీథింగ్ మన కమ్యూనిటీకి కావాలి అనుకున్నప్పుడు helpline@natsworld.org అని నేను చెప్పినట్టు 1888 ఫర్ తెలుగు. 24/7 అండి మన కార్యకర్తలు అందరూ ఉంటారు తప్పకుండా. అలానే మన నాట్స్ సంస్థ భాషేరమ్యం సేవే గమ్యం అనే నినాదంతో స్థాపించబడింది. మీకు భాష పరంగా కానివ్వండి, సేవ పరంగా కానివ్వండి, మనం అనేక కార్యక్రమాలు చేపడుతున్నాము. మీకు ప్రతి వారం కూడా ఎక్కడో ఒక చోట ఒక సేవా కార్యక్రమం, ఒక భాష రిలేటెడ్ కార్యక్రమాలు జరుగుతున్నాయి. మీరు చూసారంటే అలానే ఇప్పుడు ఈ అవేర్నెస్ కానివ్వండి, మనకి రేపు ఉదయాన్నే మనకి యోగా ప్రతి వారము మనకి మహిళలు, మన మహిళా కోఆర్డినేటర్స్, మహిళా విభాగము, నాట్స్ మహిళా విభాగం ప్రతి వారము ఉచితంగా మన కమ్యూనిటీకి యోగా శిబిరాలను ఏర్పాటు చేస్తుంది. ప్రతి ఆదివారము 8 గంటలకు ఈస్టర్న్ టైము ఇస్తున్నారు. అలానే అనేక సేవా కార్యక్రమాలు ఇప్పుడు మనకి అడాప్ట్ ఏ హైవే, డోంట్ డిచ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ కానివ్వండి, ఇలాగా కిడ్స్ ని ఎంకరేజ్ చేస్తూ బాలల సంబరాలు, మహిళా సంబరాలు అనేక కార్యక్రమాలు జరుగుతున్నాయి. మీరు ఎవరైనా కానీ దీంట్లో భాగం పంచుకోవాలనుకుంటే info@natsworld.org కండి. ఇది మన అందరి సంస్థ. తప్పకుండా మీరు మన కార్యక్రమాల్లో పాలు పంచుకోవాలనుకుంటే తప్పకుండా info@natsworld.org కి కాంటాక్ట్ చేయండి, లేదా మన చాప్టర్ విభాగాలు అన్ని చోట్ల మీరు కాంటాక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. అలానే తప్పకుండా మీ అందరికీ కూడా మా నాట్స్ సంస్థ తరఫున, మన నాట్స్ నాయకత్వ బృందం తరఫున మన 7వ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంబరాలు న్యూజెర్సీ నగరంలో, న్యూజెర్సీ ఎక్స్పో అండ్ కాన్ఫరెన్స్ సెంటర్ అండి, ఎడిసన్ లో మే 26 నుంచి 28 వరకు తప్పకుండా మీరు అందరూ పాల్పంచుకోవాలి. అనిల్ గారు కూడా ఇందా చెప్పినట్టు తప్పకుండా అనిల్ గారు కూడా కార్యక్రమంలో ఉంటారు. అనిల్ గారు ఒకసారి మాట్లాడదామండి, ఎనీ పాసిబుల్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఉంటే అన్న గారు నేను మాట్లాడి ఒకసారి మీకు అభ్యర్థి అవుతాం. అక్కడ ఏదైనా మనం ఏర్పాటు చేయగలం అంటే కనుక కాన్ఫరెన్స్ లో తప్పకుండా మనము ఒకటి ఉపయోగపడే విధంగా ప్లాన్ చేద్దాం.
తప్పకుండా అండి, తప్పకుండా సార్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అనిల్ గారు ఫర్ ఆల్ యువర్ టైం. అండ్ ముఖ్యంగా అండి మన నాట్స్ హ్యూస్టన్ చాప్టర్, దే వర్క్ వెరీ హార్డ్. వాంట్ congratulate them and thank them for bringing these sessions continuously. Satya garu, very thank you for leading this entire effort, and also our chapter coordinators Vijay garu and garu, Chandra garu, and all entire team, Western team. They did an awesome job. Thank you very much for everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. Thank you for the wonderful session. Thank you. We are closing it out. Like if you have any questions regarding NATS, Kani, like any tax related events, Kani, please reach out to us. We are here to help you. We are here to help all the service related activities. We are here for you. Yeah, thank you, Andy.
అండ్ ఇంకొకటండి, మీకు రికార్డింగ్ సెషన్ యూట్యూబ్ లో ఇంకొక 2 days లో అవైలబుల్ ఉంటుందండి. అందరు కూడా మీరు natsworld.org యూట్యూబ్కి వెళ్ళినా యూ కెన్ సీ ద సెషన్. అండ్ ఆల్సో ఫేస్బుక్ లో కూడా షేర్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. సో ఇఫ్ ఎనీ అడిషనల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మీకు కావాలంటే తప్పకుండా యూ కాంటాక్ట్ వన్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ కోఆర్డినేటర్స్. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ అరుణ గారు.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Anil Garu. It was a wonderful session. Very informative session, Andy. I'm sure మీకు questions వచ్చిన questions తో తెలిసిపోతుంది ఎంత ఇంట్రెస్ట్ పెట్టి చూసారు అందరూను. Very valuable information. And once again, thank you very much. Thank you to Houston team. Congratulations, wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye, Andy.